All right, I'm gonna try this again. So I just was able to go on live for 2 minutes. Then it was telling me that I wasn't connected, but all my bars were up, so I was confused. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Figures in Action, coming to you live in direct from Dorchester, Massachusetts, which is part of Boston. So I'm in Boston. I'm actually where I live now is maybe a 5 minute drive to where I was born, to the hospital I was born in. All right, so wanted to give you guys a quick update on this raffle diorama, or this diorama that I created so I can raffle away, specifically on Instagram. Created this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, specifically for the purposes of raffling it off. I had created one before this to sell, so what I did is I kind of did like a bidding thing, or not even a bidding thing, where I just told people, hey, DM me or PM me or email me what you'd be willing to pay for this diorama. Not this one, but the first one I did. And got about 4 or 5 offers. I took the highest offer, sold it to somebody who had bought a diorama from me before, so I was very happy that I went to that home. And so I said, let me create, and that one was specifically to help me pay for car repairs. Unfortunately, my car has died. My car left me stranded. I ended up selling it to a junkyard. I ended up buying or financing another car. Didn't really want to do it, but for a bunch of reasons I kind of had to, so I'm cool with it. And this dial that I'm raffling off is specifically to get me to New York Comic Con. That is in 1 week. So the monies I make from this is gonna pay my gas for the car, is gonna pay food for me. Luckily, my boy G's letting me stay at his crib. And it's gonna hopefully allow me to get a figure or two at the con. But anyway, so I originally started the raffling off for this dial at 13. So the way it works, if you guys aren't familiar with it, so you raffle it all, you raffle dial, you raffle anything, it could be a figure or whatever it is, and you pretty much set the number of slots that you want to sell. So for example, if you want, let's say you want to make $100 on selling this Mesco figure, and so you could set up, I'll do 20 slots at 50, or or excuse me, 50 slots at $5 a piece. Whatever denomination, whatever math you want to do to reach the goal that you're trying to make. So what I was trying to do with this dial was I was trying to raffle it off at $13 a slot, and I had offered 25 slots. So I did this, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days ago. And unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, so far I've sold 15 slots. So the way it works is like this, right? You hit me up on Instagram on that post and you say, hey, I'm interested in slot number 10. So I put your name in slot number 10. You're not required to pay right away. You'll only pay once all the slots have been filled. So once hey, how you doing, man? So Royce, how you doing? So once all the slots have been filled in, then I collect money from everybody. What's up, Egg? And then I do a live raffle. I use a program that just eliminates, just picks a winner. So there'd be one winner. So, everybody would pay $13 for the slots, 25 slots are sold, $13 a pop. I collect the money. A random winner selected, then I ship this dial off to you. So that's pretty much how it works. So I sold about 15 slots. So I sold half, not half, no, because I had 25, right? I think 25. Oh no, I did 30. I did 30. My apologies. I did 30 slots at $13 a slot. And so what I did today is I brought the price down, and I'm now doing $10 a slot. Still 30 slots. I did 15 of them have been spoken for, so I still need to have 15 more sold, and then I can raffle it off, and we can have a winner. So it is now happening for $10 over on Instagram. I will attempt to put the link at the end of the description at the end of this video. All right, but wanted to thank you very much. I appreciate you watching the videos, man. I appreciate it. So also wanted to talk a little bit about this scene here, and let me just kind of, I need my hands to do this. So I'm part of a group called ACBA. So what ACBA stands for is Articulated Comic Book Art. And pretty much, as I've explained it plenty of times, you take a comic book panel and you recreate it, or you invent something in your head. You imagine a panel, you imagine action figures interacting with each other in a setting that, obviously makes sense. A lot of it has to do with making sure the lighting is correct. So if you can see the shadows in the back there, that's not a good look. So I would want to set it up in a way where there are absolutely no shadows and my backdrop isn't falling. And so that no shadows, obviously this is not a good example. But wanted to give you good night, man. I wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like. So here what we have is we have Tony Stark having a conversation with T'Challa. Now, for whatever reason, I thought I had a T'Challa figure that had the unmasked head. I didn't. That mask, that head, I bought it from someone years ago, and I don't remember who it is. I don't remember who it was supposed to be either, to be honest with you. But for now, it's T'Challa. Let's just say it's T'Challa. Looks nothing like T'Challa, but so in my mind, this was a conversation that Tony Stark was having with T'Challa, and the conversation was specifically about hip hop, son. So in my mind, they're just discussing the greats, and you can see T'Challa's holding a Mobb Deep record. Now, Mobb Deep was a great team from Queens, New York, and they were one of my favorites. Prodigy died a few years ago. This is a true story. Prodigy had sickle cell anemia, and so he got hospitalized because of it. And this dude died in the hospital because he choked on a hard-boiled egg. I can't even make this up. I thought it was bullshit, and then my homegirl Crucita had mentioned it, and I was like, yo, I gotta research it. True story. This dude died because he choked on an egg. Prodigy of Mobb Deep, which is that guy, the second guy. You see Tony Stark here holding a Nas Illmatic. No, that's not Illmatic. That's Stillmatic, I believe. A Stillmatic record. Maybe it's neither. I don't know. I'm not good at remembering names. And here you have one of the greatest, Big Pun. Very proud of Big Pun as an artist, because as a human being, like any of us, he had his own issues. But amazing artist. The first Latino, specifically Puerto Rican rapper to go platinum. So I have that out. But this was actually some props, some record props that I had bought from my boy Steven Snez, who does some amazing work. But and not just records, but like props in general. But here we have 50 Cent. I definitely told him to put Fat Joe in there. I'm a Fat Joe fan. You should do a Ironman Army. No, thank you. So these are some of the records that even a Marvin Gaye record. That's what's up. So, and the crates or whatever. So I bought these from him. But anyway, so in this scenario, they're just having a conversation. This dial was created, and I'll go into the Iron Man thing in a second. This dial is made to fit a DTOF. So it is made to fit in one of those glass units. I actually, if you go to my Instagram post, you can see me. I posted it in the DTOF, so you get an idea of what it looks like. It looks really good in there, and I was again trying to sell this, so I just wanted to give you guys an update. It is still for sale, but it's still being done via raffle. What I did in the meantime, because I'm a little bit of a crunch here, because New York Comic Con is in a week. I am leaving Wednesday night, so less than a week. So I want to try to have this money in pocket before then. So I actually just put this on eBay. I doubt it'll sell there, but I figured I'd put it there. I'd put it there and see how that goes. So I did it as an auction. So if you go to eBay and you search 1/12 scale Victorian diorama, this should pop up. But it's also on my Instagram account, Al_figures. I'm sorry, is the Instagram account. And I'm pretty sure I have a link here in my YouTube page to get you directly there. So anyway, this was my setup that I took a picture of and posted that as well. So I wanted to address, somebody just asked me to, it would be cool if I made an Iron Man. Yo, first of all, I wouldn't do it just because SH Figure Arts created a setup already where you could buy a bunch of them and put it together, and you kind of have a haul of Ironman or whatever it is. But yo, not for nothing, it really it irks me a little bit with people like, yo, you should do this, yo, you should do that, yo, you should do this. Like, nah, man, like I don't have free time on my hands to just randomly make dials. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, very lyrical, absolutely. I don't sit around like, what should I do next? Most of the dials I make are commissioned, so they're something somebody prepaid me for. I'm building it for them. The last two dials I've made have been specifically to sell. So I appreciate your suggestion, but nah, I'm good with that. I wouldn't do an Iron Man, anything Iron Man really. You know what I mean? It's just not something I'm interested in. And one of the things, and I've actually said this before, but I actually have said no to people who ask for certain dials that I just don't think I'm gonna have a good time working on. That sounds weird because it is kind of a side business for me, right? So somebody asked me to create a dial, and my first response is like, nah, and they're like, yo, but I'm paying you, and I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. It sounds kind of weird. I didn't really get in this for the money, y'all. I got in this because I love the art. And so if it's something that I know I'm not going to enjoy, like I've gotten hit several times for Mortal Kombat type dials, I'm good, man. I'm not really interested in rocking those out. But you guys have a lot of tutorials. You have a lot of, thank you very much. You guys have a lot of different information out there, so you guys are more than welcome to try dials yourself. They're not that difficult. If you have a little bit of artsiness in you, you should be cool. But yeah, man, so I generally don't take requests for what I should just randomly build. It's just I get it a lot. Yo, you should build a sewer, and I'm like, I've built 3. Like, I've done this. What are you talking about? But yeah, man, so just wanted to give you guys a quick update and go live with you guys for a few minutes. I'm going to get off this as I need to continue working on this thing here, which is going to be, which I'm kind of excited for. I'm going to start working on the tree real soon. And I just need to get back to that. And like I said, I've put this on eBay, so if it doesn't sell via the raffle, I'll try eBay. If it doesn't sell via eBay, I'll just see if anybody's interested in what they're willing to pay for it. Again, this is just to get me to New York Comic Con, to pay for my gas, to pay for me to eat, and I already bought the ticket, so I'm good there. But yeah, man, I am off of this. Peace out, fellas. Peace out.